Okay, we're back with chocolate mug cake again, and a couple of you left comments saying that you tried it and it worked for you, so I'm going to do it again with a few changes. Starting with the mixing method, I'm not going to mix it in the cup this time because if you saw the last video, it was slightly difficult. So, also the order of ingredients I'm changing. In this bowl I put the sugar and the cocoa powder. Just going to whisk that up. And then to that I'm going to add the oil and the egg. I think by not adding the flour at the beginning, we're sort of ensuring that we don't develop all that disgusting gluten, which might have been what made my chocolate mug cake so disgusting last time. Okay, so we're mixing sugar, cocoa powder, oil, and egg right now. Get that all mixed up. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks good? Next, I'm going to add a little splash of vanilla. Probably like half a teaspoon, maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. Get that all mixed up. Also, I switched the flour from all-purpose to self-rising, and self-rising flour has leavening and salt in it, so maybe that'll help fluff up our cake a little. Next, I'm going to add the ingredients sort of how you would add them for a regular cake. You know, start with the dry and end with the dry. Since I have so little, I'm just going to add about half of the flour, which I didn't sift, by the way. Usually I do. I'm just not in the mood to sift today. Stir that in. You don't have to mix it in all the way yet. Then add in the milk with the vanilla. Oh no, I didn't put the vanilla in the milk. I put the vanilla in the batter already. Usually I like to stick my vanilla in with my milk. And mix that up pretty good. Then add the rest of the flour. I'll tell you, it's a lot easier mixing this in this bowl than it was trying to stir it into that mug yesterday. Okay. Then I'm going to add chocolate chips this time instead of peanut butter chips. I'm using dark chocolate organic chips. These are my favorite chips. If you find these anywhere, they're really good. Just going to add a little handful. Then stir that pretty well, but you don't want to overmix. Now, let me grab a spatula. We're going to pour this into our mug. Chocolate chips, make sure all those get in there. Spilled it a little bit, hold on. Clean it up and go with me again to the microwave. And I did it for 2:30 last time, so let's try that again. And I'll come back when it's almost ready. Alright, you have to see this. That cake came so far out of that super tall mug that it touched the top of the microwave. I don't really know what's on the top of the microwave, so that's kind of gross. I didn't cook it for the whole 2:30, but it looks like, I don't know, it might be done. And the directions don't really say to let it cool in the mug or tip it out and then let it cool, but what should I do? I'm going to tip it out and let it cool. Yeah, it looks a little gooey. There's nothing wrong with gooey chocolate cake, though. If I mess this up the second time, I'm going to be ticked off. Hold on. Whoa, that looks like cake. Looks a lot more like cake than that thing I made yesterday. Chocolate chips are all melty. All the forks are in the dishwasher, so I'm going to use a spoon. Melty chocolate chips. This is really, really hot, but it definitely looks slightly more like cake than what I came up with yesterday. I'm going to let this cool for a little while, and then I'll come back and taste it. So here we are with our second attempt at the 5-minute chocolate mug cake. It looks better than yesterday. It's smells a little better than yesterday. I'm going to taste this side with all the melty chocolate chips first and see how we did. The chocolate chips are good. The cake is really spongy. It's not soft and airy like when you bake it in the oven. Of course, I wouldn't expect it to be because we made it in the microwave. It is spongy though, but the melted chocolate chips, they all sink to the bottom, which is now the top, and in my opinion, this is the best part. Still wouldn't recommend the 5-minute chocolate mug cake, just because I think you could put in the extra maybe half an hour and come up with a little chocolate snack cake in the oven. It'd be 100 times better than this. But if you really gotta have chocolate and you don't have the Betty Crocker Warm Delights, which I love, then go ahead and try the 5-minute chocolate mug cake. Just use self-rising flour and don't try to stir it in a tall mug. Put it in a bowl first. That way you don't overmix it. Mix it as little as possible because it is pretty spongy, so overmixing makes it kind of turn into a chocolate ball of rubber. It's okay. I mean, maybe a 5 out of 10. 5-minute chocolate mug cake.
Everybody's gonna love to dance.